Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another IT video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the Logitech G613 mechanical wireless keyboard. That's actually had a price cut of like over half since it came out. Launched at like $129, and you can pick it up on Amazon for like $60 now. So we're going to go over it with that price in mind. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to notice on this big girl is that she's a big girl. It's a full-size keyboard, has pretty big bezels all the way around, and the palm rest is actually pretty big as well. So you're going to notice that this thing takes up a lot of room on your desk. Now, depending on your situation, that might not matter. Like me, I have a big desk, so I don't really care. And I like having a full-size keyboard because I do use the number pad quite a bit. But if your idea is to save space with this wireless keyboard, this one's not going to be for you. Now, in terms of build quality, it is all plastic, but it is pretty heavy, and it actually feels pretty decent. There is a little bit of flex if the feet are out and you push on it pretty hard, but nothing that you're going to notice with normal typing. And when it's flat, there's hardly any flex at all. I mean, you can pick it up and try twisting it, and it's honestly, for being no metal backplate, sturdier than I thought it was going to be, especially when you consider the $60 price point that it's at now. Now, on to the most love or hate thing about this keyboard is probably going to be the switches. It has Romer G Tactile switches, and if you're coming from a membrane keyboard, you're probably going to like them, especially if you haven't used any sort of mechanical keyboards. They're definitely a lot better than a membrane keyboard, and they do break in pretty well. They're a little scratchier at first, but the more that you use it, the smoother that it gets. However, they're not the most responsive keys. They're kind of mushy. They are pretty linear, and I feel like the actuation is pretty short, so that's nice. But I mean, if you go to the store and try out a few keyboards, like a Cherry linear switch, for example, I just feel like they're a little bit more crisp. But with that in mind, if you do like these switches, or you can get over the fact that they're not the top of the line switches, I think they're pretty good, especially just for day-to-day use, like in an office scenario. They're not very loud. They're not super rattly. Spacebar and enter is a little bit, louder than usual, but that might be able to get fixed up with some lube. I'm not too sure. I'm not really a keyboard expert, but my biggest thing I will tell you before you buy this keyboard is just go try out some Romer G Tactile switches, and that'll pretty much tell you, along with the size, if this is the keyboard for you. Because if you like them, this is a great keyboard. Onto the features of the keyboard. The biggest feature, and the reason that I actually went with this keyboard, is it has dual connectivity. So you have your USB Lightspeed connector, and then you also have Bluetooth, and you can on the fly switch between them with just the tap of a button. So this is awesome because I actually run a Linux host system and a Windows VM with like a GPU pass through, so I can just switch between Bluetooth and USB, go from my Linux to my Windows system with only one keyboard. So that's actually an awesome feature for me. On the left side of the keyboard, you got 6 macro keys. I never use macro keys, especially if there's not any on-the-fly macro recording, which this doesn't have. But they're there, and the software's if you want to, set up some macros. It's pretty advanced, that you can do a lot with it, but the UI is not the greatest. Over to the top right side of the keyboard, you actually have a switch to disable the Windows key if you're gaming, and then next to that is the wireless and Bluetooth button, and then further right you have all your media keys. And I'm actually surprised these keys or switches up here actually feel really good. They're super clicky, so you know if you've tapped them or not, which I actually like. This keyboard runs on 2 AA batteries, which are included, and you can actually get up to 18 months of battery life off those 2 AA batteries. And this is mostly because there's no backlight on this keyboard whatsoever, so no RGB. However, I haven't really noticed a big deal. The ledger on it is pretty good. It's not the best font in my opinion, but it's easy to read, which is good. And me personally, I'll give up RGB keyboard for battery life, especially on the wireless end of things. My mouse has RGB, and it dies like every 4 days. So 18 months, I'll take that with no RGB. And there is a spot to hold the receiver inside the battery tray, if that's a pet peeve of yours and you take your keyboard a lot of places, that is there if you need it. So now we're just going to do a quick little type test. This isn't anything technical. I just have this SM57 hung about 6 to 8 inches above the keyboard, and I'm just typing normally. So here's how that sounds. So as you can hear, definitely a little bit of rattle on the bigger keys, but overall I think it's decently quiet, not too annoying, and the key presses feel good, especially after a couple months. Like I said, if you feel a little scratchiness at first, just break it in for a month or two, and at least in my scenario, it's smoothed out a lot. Now finally, in terms of customization and repairability, in terms of finding keycaps for these Romer G switches, good luck. There's a few options on Amazon, a few options elsewhere. You're not going to find a whole set, just like the WASD keys and some number keys, maybe the arrow keys. You're not going to find a whole set for it anywhere. But in a $60 keyboard, are you really going to spend $100 on keycaps? I personally wouldn't. So that's pretty negligible in my opinion. There are, however, replacement keycaps available from Logitech, and there are also replacement switches available. So if you do happen to lose a switch, you can repair it. It is soldered, it's not hot swappable, but at least you can repair it. That's a big thing for me. If one switch goes bad on a keyboard, on a membrane keyboard especially, you're SOL. The fact they sell replacement switches is good, and you will be able to repair this in the future if you do lose a switch or something along those lines. So good on Logitech for that. So overall, like I said, I would recommend going and trying this keyboard out in terms of the switches before you buy it. You can pull the trigger on it and if you're coming from a membrane keyboard, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a pleasant typing experience coming from that. However, if you already have a nice mechanical keyboard and you're looking to go wireless, go try it out before you buy it. There might be better options, especially if you're willing to spend a little bit more money. But at $60, I can't knock this really. It's performed for me well so far. I've had it for 3 months now. And if you're looking for a decent upgrade that's wireless, mechanical, and made from Logitech, what can go wrong? So if this keyboard is not for you, go ahead and check out Linus Tech Tips. They just did a video comparing some keyboards that are in this price range to this keyboard. I obviously don't have the funds to buy a bunch of keyboards and try them out, but that's out there if you do want to look at some other options. And if this video helped you out at all, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more in the future, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.